All right, shalom, shalom. We are the real Hebrew Israelites coming day in and day out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is America. First off and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Karkadash. Double honors to thee, all the apostles of Great Millstone, salutations to the elect, wherever you may be. Brother Shapaya coming at you again with another quick lesson through the Spirit. I didn't know what I wanted to go into, so I just went in the Spirit. And I opened up my Bible app. We went straight to Isaiah 14, so I'm just going to dive into it. Whatever precepts come out, and just hit them. All right, and really, this is the bill for this place. All right, all this is really about to come up because you already have the elect coming together. When you go to Baruch 4, the last couple of verses, it says that the sons of Jacob are gathered by the word. Now, first we're gathered by the word how? Through the Spirit, all right? Because we got the truth, we got the doctrine, all right? But physically, all right, when that salvation comes, all right, we're going to be saved, all right? We're going to be gathered by Yahweh Shai, all right? Isaiah 14:1. For Yahweh have had mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, which means obviously the true Israelites are not in their land. It said the Lord would have to physically come and get them and set them in their land. And it said he was going to show them mercy. So to show somebody mercy, obviously they have to be going through some type of ordeal, if you will, okay? And the strangers, which are Israelite foreigners, okay, shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And who is that? That would be us nowadays, all right? When you read, I believe it's Ephesians, the second chapter, it goes into, remember in times past, you were Gentiles according to the flesh, all right? So at one point in time, the great falling away, we all fell off, all right? But now, like the other scripture says, well, we're holding on to the skirt of him that is a Jew, all right? So that's a precept for that, okay? Because essentially that's what we have done. Well, hey, like I was talking about the other day, the first principles of the oracles of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, you have need that one teach you again. All right, so cleaving on to the house of Jacob, cleaving on to the elders. Matter of fact, the scriptures talk about cleave unto a wise man, and thou should become wiser. All right, or staying amongst the multitude of them. All right, there's a passage. Like I said, the first principles of the oracles of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is you have one. You have need that one teach you. Right now, verse 2, and the people shall take them. Now, it's talking about another people. Who? These heathens. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them. Who's the people? The slaves, the heathens. All right? Go read Micah the 4th chapter. Go read Micah the 5th chapter. Go read Revelation. He that leaveth to captivity shall go into captivity. All right? It's written in, what was that? The Jeremiah? Him that spoileth and was not a spoil shall be a prey. Okay. Revelation 18 talks about giving her double. Because remember, we drunk the cup. Esau's going to have to drink a double portion of that. Okay. So it's only right in the kingdom that these other nations are going to have to come and serve us. All right. That's what's written, all right? Hey, in Psalms, it talks about taking their kings and their nobles in fetters of iron, okay? So it sounds like a revenge plot, all right? So when it says the Lord is going to have mercy, obviously these other nations, when you read Psalms, the 83rd chapter, it's putting Israel through hell. Physically, mentally, spiritually, all types of shit, man. And this ain't the first go around, right? Esau has always been a thorn in Jacob's side. Look throughout all the history. That's why the Lord said, for 4 transgressions, hey, I ain't gonna turn away the punishment thereof. So now Esau is starting to see his punishment, and these punishments are written in the Bible. But granted, you know, you have the mass majority of the world. Oh, America the Great! It's you guys don't want to see the downfall of this place. You guys want to see another 30 years, another 1,000 years. All right. It says, and the people shall take them and bring them into their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they should take them captives who captives they were, and they should rule over their oppressors. All right. Psalms, the 2nd chapter. I should give thee the heathen for thy inheritance. The Lord talks about ruling with a rod of iron. All right. Verse 3. And it should come to pass in that day that Yahweh should give thee rest from thy sorrows. There goes that mercy again. All right. Come up hither. All right. Because when we get on those chariots and we get those new bodies, right, the elect, there's going to be some good times. Okay. There's going to be some good times. And I mean, from us being beamed up to New Jerusalem coming down to assert dominance on the planet Earth with Yahweh Shai, it's going to be beautiful all the way until the kingdom is built. All right. So Esau knows this is his downfall. All right. That's why 2nd Esdras says that Esau is the ending of the world, and Jacob is is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. Which is what? The everlasting dominion. All right. That was promised in Daniel's the 7th chapter. All right. That Israel is the next ruling class. All right. We just had to go through this learning lesson to understand how to be true gods, man. You got to know both sides, man, and the appreciation of righteousness. All right. Back to this. And should give thee rest from thy sorrows and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. What bondage is that? All right. And it's talking about all the house of Israel. So what one place was the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom placed in captivity together? That's right over her in the land in the north, Babylon the Great. When you read Jeremiah 3, verse 18, it talks about Judah and Israel coming out together, walking together in truth, coming out of the land of the north together. Where is that? Babylon the Great. Okay. Verse 4. That thou should take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? And the golden city ceased. Well, you know how it's going to cease? Revelations 18. Revelation 17. Joel, the 2nd chapter. Okay. Isaiah, the 47th chapter. All right. Isaiah 34. There's chapters written about the downfall of this place and the destruction thereof. And there's no other way to get around it, to look around it. All right. The Lord have broken the staff of the wicked. So, hey, Daniel's 2, when that stone comes and breaks those toes, hey, the whole system goes down. Everything. The beast and the rider. The whore and the beast. All right. There's not going to be a renaissance of Edom after that. The renaissance is going to be Jake coming back. All right. And it's going to be an everlasting renaissance for us. Okay. It says, Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepters of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. How many army bases does this man got around the world on other nations' soil? And not only that, Esau is such a devil. This is how you know his house is divided. Esau is against Esau. Esau been against Esau, going back to the Greeks, Alexander and his 4 generals. All right, and the 5th one before that, like we went into it one day, Sunday live stream, okay? Antigonus, I believe. And then even the Romans, when they, as Rome. Remember, you had the year of the 4 Caesars, all right? Well, they were just offing each other, okay? So Esau's been divided. So how much at the end of this thing, all right? In totality, Esau's about to fall on his own sword, which are what? These ICBMs, all right? Isaiah 13 in the 4th verse. It says, he that ruled the nations in anger. Who's ruling the nations right now? U.S. petrodollar. That's all you got to say. There's no other conversation to have after that. We all know how America has made its dollar, and it's about blood. All right? That's starting with you Israelites. Okay? That's why it says his desire is like death. All right? He can't be satisfied. Okay? It's like hell. Okay? It says, he that ruleth the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth in singing. So when this happens, when Babylon the Great is put down, and Esau and his system is put down, all right, what does Proverbs say? When the righteous are in rule, the earth is going to rejoice. Okay? They're going to be happy that this man is going down. Even though these other nations are going to be in captivity, it's going to be the best thing for them. Especially after 1,000 years, the way you other nations are about to live when we rule ain't gonna be able to be compared to how you other nations are living right now. All right, you're gonna. Hey, the earth is made for our sakes. You're gonna taste the goodness of the earth because of us. Think about that, man. It says, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, thou art laid down, no fellow is come against us. All right? It's like a lumberjack. All right? But these, trees are symbolic for men. All right? These murderers haven't came and chopped us down and killed us. All right? That's how these other nations are going to look. All right? Because Esau's a warmonger. All right? Blood and money, resources. Hey, he covet fields. He take them by violence, man. How many more scriptures do you need to prove that Esau Edom, who likes to call himself white, all right, is the physical devil that the Bible speaks of? He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. All right? Spiritual demon Satan just pulling strings. All right? But that physical counterpart is actually playing it out. All right? That serpent in the garden, that was a physical counterpart. All right? Esau, a physical counterpart. Cain, a physical counterpart. Okay? It said, sin shall at their feet, and you should be the ruler over that. So who is that? Okay. It says, verse 9, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirred up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It has raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nation. All they that speak and say unto thee, art thou also? So all these other nations, this is what they say. Art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Because what? That nuclear capability is out there now. All right. When the scriptures talks about all these other nations bending their bow against us, against her, they got the same technology. Okay. And the Lord's Spirit is going to be on those missiles and in the fire and in the lasers to make sure this and the Lord said it's going to happen. It's going to happen, man. All right. Count on it. All right. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of the vials, and the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen, O Lucifer? All right. The son of the morning. This is not talking about spiritual demon Satan. All right. This is talking about Esau, Edom. All right. Because they're illuminated as well. All right. Son of the morning star. You got a right-hand side. You got a left-hand side. You got Israel. You got Esau, Edom. All right. Hey, in so many words, Esau served the same God we serve, just on the left-hand side. It says, and when I say serve, like they ain't keeping the commandments, of course. They're doing exactly what the Lord made them to do. All right. It says, for thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, and I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh, and I will sit upon the mountain of the congregations in the side of the north, which is what? All right, North America. All right, but not only that, Esau has exalted himself above the Most High and his children. Okay, that's why Second Thessalonians, the second chapter says what it says in Ezekiel, the 28th chapter. All right, it says, I will ascend above the heights of the cloud. I will be like the Most High. Esau has a God complex. He wants to be anywhere and everywhere at all. He wants to control over everything. He ain't, because he's not chosen for righteousness. All right, that vessel was created for destruction. So we can learn and know the difference. Matter of fact, every time people look at Babylon, they're going to read Job or think about the verse in Job when it says this is the portion of a wicked man. All right. It says, they shall narrowly look upon thee and consider this, saying, is this the man? There you go, the man. So that Lucifer, all right, it's talking about a man, a nation of men. All right. Edom. All right. Is this the man that made the earth tremble and did shake kingdoms? How? With war. All right. With his sword. All right. Just like Alexander. That's why that fourth beast had what? Great teeth to devour. His army was great. What did it talk about on the eagle? When you read it in Second Esdras, it talks about its talons. Okay. That has made the world as a wilderness. Esau destroys everything, man, from fracking the earth to fucking up the natural resources, poisoning the air, fucking up the food, murder, rape, robbery, everything, man. He has made the world bare until a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof and opened not the house of the prisoners. Who is who? Us. Israel. All right. And not only here in Babylon the Great, but the ones that scattered abroad, the speckled birds as well. Okay. It says, that had made the world a wilderness. No, verse 18. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as a remnant of those that are slain. Though thus with a sword that go down into the stones of the pit, and as a carcass trodden under the foot, because Esau is the only nation not promised mercy, man. When you go look that up in the Zondervan's Bible Dictionary, all right? Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed the land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned, all right? So that's the fate of Esau Edom, okay? You know what's another good chapter? Obadiah, all right? There's verses, chapters, books designated for Esau Edom to let him know the Lord has not forgotten at all. Hey, so with that, hey, I'm going to say all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kadash. Double honors to the other apostles of great millstone, salutations to the elect wherever you may be. Abba.